one of the latest goals that China set for itself is common prosperity. Here I would like to quote the Chinese President Xi Jinping during a recent trip to northeast part of China's Liaoning province. He talked about that Chinese-style modernization means common prosperity for all, not just a few. It's also marked by the balanced development of material and cultural ethical progress.
When President Xi Jinping talks about common prosperity, he's talking about the essence of the concept of development in China. The concept of development in China is broader than economic development, has a social element. And the social element means that the development needs to arrive at the city level, at the county level, at the village level. So those elements are inside what we discussed with poverty alleviation, with rural revitalization, because China, as any developing country, has the problem of rural areas against urban areas and distortion of the gap of inequality. So those elements is what President Xi Jinping is calling the attention.
I first went to China in 1984. Millions, hundreds of millions of people are now much, much better off than they were in 1984 because China as a whole has developed. That will continue. Don't worry, you will have common prosperity as China continues to become more prosperous.
Income inequality is the huge issue for capitalism. And we see these problems in the US, particularly it's a severe problems. And then we need to solve these problems while maintaining the market efficiency. And we see that China is reducing this poverty in past 10 years dramatically. And now a very important direction we see is a county development. And while we are reducing this poverty right now, we also put the county in the central region of the next development in China.
Yeah.
If this county will compete and develop well, and then I think this problem, as you said, is a common wealthy prosperity issues will be solved.
The third stage of transition, first relying on export, then relying on investment, and now we want to rely on consumption. But in order to rely on consumption, you need to undo a little bit of financial issues. So you need to increase the value of the renminbi, you need to increase interest rates, and you need to increase wages. So basically you need to give people a bigger share of the GDP. Now, the good news is that I've met many of them personally. The leadership in China has the clear objective. They clearly understand the problem. And I may say a personal note, they have the capability, the skills and the competence to address this problem. Now, it's easy for us as economists to say what should be done. A very different thing is to wake up in the morning and to look after 1.4 billion people that may react in different ways.